Hey everyone, Dan here. We are midday on Monday, March 22nd, and wanted to take a look at HOFV, which is having an incredible day, which you can see right here. Opened up in the high threes and made its way all the way to the high fives, and now is drawn back a little bit, but is pushing up at the moment again. Before we get into it though, wanted to mention that if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. They help the channel a lot. And let's get right into it. So HOFV is Hall of Fame Resort and Entertainment Company. This is the 5-minute chart. And as you can see, it's currently in this channel that it started on Friday. It sort of entered it on Thursday, but that didn't really have a factor here. But the sort of low of the channel is dictated by this low here, was held up by this area here pre-market, and then the highs of the channel are dictated by these areas here, which were late Friday and in the after hours. And it blew through that today, but I think, I drew sort of what I would consider like a conservative channel here, meaning instead of putting the high point way up here where it reached today and then fell off of, and instead of extending it down to include these lows, channels can be drawn with about 90 to 95% of the price action falling in between them. So being that this is a very young channel, I'm starting it off on the conservative side of things so you can sort of see if it can confine itself within these parameters, and give it a little sort of wiggle room to extend above or beyond in the meantime. And if it does sort of stick to this and matures over the next few days, then we can kind of refine the channel, and that could give us a little bit more stability in the predictive price movement of the stock. So the things that I'd be looking for as you see it pushing here midday right now is, push out this 487 support zone. So that's holding up to be pretty strong now. That's where this last big push up kind of started. What I'd be looking for potentially to enter this trade would be picking up something toward the bottom of the channel, which is going to include this area today. It wouldn't be surprising to see it dip out of the channel and then kind of like bump its head against the bottom side of the channel, but still continue to follow it up. In that case, I would expect it to enter the channel again. But I'm going to be looking there for my kind of dip buy opportunity. If it comes down and doesn't start to show recovery in this dip buy zone, what I'd look out for are these yellow zones, 428, 412. Those would be my kind of like cautionary zones where it may be like falling further or maybe coming down and sort of settling into that price for some extended period of time. And if it does that, you may see it push off in either direction and then kind of continue to get drawn back to that 428, 412 zone like we've seen with CCIV, like we've seen with Palantir and their yellow price targets that we have on their charts. 386, if I were in this play, would be sort of like what I'd be looking for as my absolute bottom. That floor is sort of dictated by all this price activity, holding here, being prior resistance there. On my upside, I'd look for it to keep pushing off this 487, though I'd be a little bit sad if that happened because it wouldn't give me a potential dip buy opportunity, but we'll see. There's a lot of day left to go. 523, 542, 555, and 575 will all be friction points for this one, so it does have a lot of choppiness to get back towards $6, but its best case scenario is it continues to kind of test both the high end and the low end of this channel, but continues to project up through the channel, because that will put it, that would put it opening price tomorrow about, say, 570. Well, I guess it could be down here. Sorry, tomorrow about 528, up well into the sixes. So if it's there tomorrow at open, then know that it's sort of holding its channel. If it's elsewhere, I would be sort of looking for it to be in this yellow zone or just underneath that purple bottom channel. So good luck if you're in this play, and if you take a position. It's definitely an interesting one with obviously a lot of hype at the moment. So those are always kind of crazy to see what happens. But good luck. If you have any thoughts or questions or ideas, please share them in the comments below. That helps a ton. All right, I'll see you all in the next video.